Oh yeah.
Okay, for our non-Spanish speaking listeners on X5, Diggler, you want to tell them what it is that we're seeing?
I can't even understand what I'm looking at.
Okay, so above the bald guy.
You know, hey everybody, real quick, you can blow the picture up by doing the fingers,
I did. That's what I'm looking at.
the reverse
I
pinch.
blew it up, and I still don't see what I'm
Normally
looking
it
at.
gives me the option to put it into full screen, but it doesn't today for some stupid reason. So anyway, let's okay, so yeah, watch, and you can watch him. He's pulling in his net, but it's what comes in behind him.
Okay.
Okay, here
Ready?
we go.
Este hombre echó la red en un lago para pescar peces, cuando de repente fue sorprendido por dos sirenas. Fijaos cómo van hacia él para arrastrarlo al agua.
And there's the second one.
Increíble. Están intentando
What?
meterlo ahí para saber qué. Fijaos cómo intenta huir el pobre. Wow, es impresionante este vídeo.
Okay, were you able to kind of make it out that time?
I didn't see it.
You did?
I don't see anything.
Oh,
Looks like a
you do?
bunch of, what is blowing around there?
Those are bugs, because this
Okay.
is, I mean, this is like in the middle of the night, and he's like out in the water, pulling in his fish nets. There's two dark-haired. I mean, their hair's long, so you just automatically think women, but two dark-haired humanoids that come up out of the water behind him after he's dropped his net, and they start pulling him back into the water. And he grabs one of the torches that's on the shoreline right there and waves it at him, and that's what sends him off.
Oh, he makes it out of there?
We don't know. That's the end of
Well,
the.
he's trying to climb out.
Yeah, I mean, they did leave, but we don't know if they came back.
Right.
Yeah. So that's
going.
Listeners, that's what you missed, and these guys.
Let's watch it again.
What's that?
No, I'm trying to see what it was. I couldn't make out what it was.
And I couldn't get it any larger than that, unfortunately.
Sure wish we could have watched it again.
I did that with the screen and it actually worked on my computer.
Okay, well, let's
so-
watch it again. Here we go.
Okay.
All right.
Este hombre
Yeah.
echó la red en un lago
Couldn't-
para pescar peces. Cuando
We
de
don't see
repente
anything.
fue sorprendido por
Just
dos sirenas.
watch. There's one right there.
¿Cómo van hacia él?
The first one's
No, we're-
the second one's coming in right now. You can
Okay.
see their faces.
Están intentando meterlo ahí para saber qué.
I'm getting half of it. I don't understand.
Wow.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's do
Okay.
this. We're going
Let us
to
stop it.
no, we're going to mute him, because then we won't even focus on him.
Oh, it's way better.
What?
Oh my gosh, I was shut.
Oh wow, what was that? Did you see that?
Uh-huh.
No. What are you talking about?
Shut up. It's got him by the.
That's creepy.
Just with the volume off, we were totally able to see it.
It was much
I
better.
think it was too large.
So in the
cats.
beginning, it was looked like he was like doing like almost wrestling with them.
Well, yeah, but at first he has his fish net, and I don't know if one of them grabbed it or something, but you see him like basically drop it.
Yeah,
And then it's right after that, and she's already on him.
yeah.
How rude.
Might be his sister and his cousin, who knows? You know? And if that's the case, these people really need to find something else to do with their time instead of freaking the rest of the world out.
Word.
But it's fun. We're having a good time.
Oh, we're having a blast. Makes for
We're having a
some-
great time.
Well, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna do away with that one. And so let's see, that was that one. Somebody pick a number between 1 and 10.
13.
9.
9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, here we go. And I said between 1 and 10.
Yes, he did.
I know. He said 13.
Well, I mean, I was going to say divided by, but
Oz,
yeah, I know. I'm a douchebag.
not tonight. Okay, so we don't know exactly what this is yet, but I'll
Hi,
bet
this
once
is
the winter
Jay,
storm-
and you can listen to the Hook, Line, and Thinker podcast daily here on X5 Radio.
Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. It's like one of those Pachinko Palace machine games. Cool. Thank you, sir. Yeah, try and get a little bit more information.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd like to get the guy that told me the deal to come on and tell it, so that'd be even better.
Right. It's funny, as you're driving, every once in a while it looks like there's like some kind of big furry creature coming up on
Behind me?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably is.
Yeah. Well, probably. Where's your hand at? Okay.
He looks like he's in the Matrix.
In the Matrix?
Am I tripping you guys out?
Not too much.
Well,
Anybody?
I can see.
Anybody have any? What's that? What? What? Okay, so there is audio. Please feel free to join in. Okay, so let's see. I've got another clip from Small Town Monsters that I want to show you guys. And here we go. Let me know if you can see this, okay? I can't hear it, but you can see it.
Yep.
Okay, let's see if I can, hang on. Why can't I? There we go. Oh, there we go. Where's the volume at?
Mountainous area there, and it turns out that raw head and bloody bones date all the way back. And so years later, when you have the internet, I've actually looked it up. And my grandmother on my mother's side came from the Tennessee area in North Carolina, in that mountainous area there. And it turns out that raw head and bloody bones date all the way back to 15th century England. And, immigrants came over and the stories came over, and over the years, be careful going to the woods. The Bobo will get you, raw head and bloody bones will get you, things like that.
My parents were no nonsense. My dad would have never even entertained the idea of a ghost or some sort of monster running around. It was a different time growing up in the 70s. People, especially in rural America, that was nonsense to them. So, there's no other way to put it. And probably my dad's solution would have been, hey, if there's a dog man or Bigfoot out there, we'll just shoot it.
Werewolves were Lon Chaney Jr. on TV 8, and that's my reference to werewolves was, the werewolf, Lon Chaney Jr. with the torn plaid shirt and the flat face and run around grabbing women and running off with them.
My encounter happened way back in 1972 between Yellow Springs and Clifton. Started out as most likely a Friday night, because I was allowed to be out on Friday nights. I was about 17 at the time, out with a boyfriend and another couple. We had two cars, two sets of us, and well, you know how kids are. We were out going to park. We go down the road, and the bridge is totally out. There's just the barricade. So we turn around and make sure that both of the vehicles are facing out. So if the cops come along, we were just leaving anyway, no big deal. Really, really dark. It was cloudy, I don't know. There were no leaves on the trees, but it wasn't real cold, so it was a perfect night to be standing out and laughing. I was leaning on the car with my boyfriend, nice muscle car. So I'm leaning, we're talking with the other couple who's leaning on their car. I don't know how long we've been there, maybe 15, 20 minutes. There was gravel on the berm of the road. Now remember,
Oh, shoot. And that's all we'll ever know. Okay, what was that?
Did you hear that? That's the train whistle or some kind of whistle. Can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was asleep. I'm like, oh.
Is it?
It's the 5 o'clock whistle.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear it through my microphone?
Yeah, and what's really weird is that I can hear it from here.
And you can hear it from me from there because yours is like right down the street from me.
Yeah, that was really freaky. Okay. Wow. And I thought the movie was still going. I'm like, wow, we just stepped into the film. Okay, wow. This is funky stuff. Thanks for the sound effects, Dizzy. So we didn't get a chance to hear how the rest of her story turned out, but like even what that guy was saying, anybody think anything about that? I don't know. I mean, I think we've come to the assumption that we kind of have an idea maybe of what it is. And does everybody agree that it exists then or no?
I think
There's a lot of people coming forward.
Okay, great. Two people. Yeah, I'm sorry. MommaHeart, what were you saying?
I said I think it's plausible.
Okay. Oz?
I think it's possible, probable. A lot of
day.
people coming forward.
Yeah.
14 hours tomorrow. Yeah.
That is a very
Okay.
long day. Keep your smile on.
Oh, he will, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, and drink some coffee.
And yeah, and
I'm trying to find the one video that we were kind of referring to. Where's it at?
stay hydrated, Diggler.
Yes, please.
That's how you start the day.
That's how you start the day.
This is how you end the day.
Okay. I totally missed that. Sorry. What'd you do? What did it?
This is the end of the day.
Here comes.
Oh, you tell you something.
Totally. hate.
Hypothetical situation.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Okay, no.
For cooking fish sticks.
Where is it? Shoot. What were we just talking about a little bit ago that I said that I had video on?
That thing. When I
Okay.
come on, you guys were talking about the potential trees, giant trees.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I need to look for a picture of Devil's Tower then. And let's see. Well, we're just gonna go through videos and we'll eventually run across that. Let's see. Sorry, kids. Okay. It would help if I knew what I was doing here, you know. Oh, there we go. Go. Okay. Good grief. Let's try this. No, that's not it. Let's try this one. Oh, I think this is it.
Could this be it? Could this be the infamous Antichrist that the Bible so famously speaks about? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you Yanuka.
Can you guys hear and see that okay?
Yeah.
Rav Shlomo Yahuda, aka Israel's Messiah. Yehuda was born in Eretz Israel in 1988, which makes him 35 years of age. It is stated that Yehuda learned the entire Torah, which is the Old Testament in the Bible, by the age of 15. He is currently known as Israel's Messiah due to many mighty miracles and Christ-like behavior, from healing the blind to lames walking again. Many rabbis and religious leaders praise Yehuda due to his Christ-like behaviors and believing that he is the Messiah. The Bible teaches us that at some point in the future, an evil ruler called the Antichrist is going to step into the platform of the world stage and take the leading role for a short time in the affairs of mankind. Mark 13:22 states, "For false Christs and false prophets will arise and perform signs and wonders to lead astray, if possible, the elect." But I know who the true Messiah is, and his name is Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, and he's gonna come back to show complete dominance over death, over hell, over the grave, and planet Earth. Lift up your heads and rejoice, for your redemption is draweth nigh. Jesus is coming back. Repent now before...
Yehuda. So that's somebody that I want to look into a little bit more. Has anybody heard of him before?
Just now.
Just now? Okay. Yeah, that's and what's that?
It's very confused suddenly. Oh, I'm gonna sound so stupid here. Okay, so are they saying he's the Messiah?
This guy's basically coming out and calling him the Antichrist. Or saying that he could be the Antichrist if Israel is recognizing him as the coming Messiah.
Okay, gotcha. It was kind of cutting out, so.
Yeah, but now it depends though too, with like what we'll talk about next week with the red heifer situation. If Israel starts, what's going to happen is that the daily sacrifices have to start happening again. Just like they did in Old Testament times, just like they did back in biblical times. But it's got to start happening, and it's going to be accepted. There's been a lot of political debate and red tape to cut through because of so many different factions or factors involved in that religion. But they've got to be able to start doing the sacrifices. Whoever it is that steps in and calls that to a stop, that's him. But at that same point in time, though, if I remember right, is when he's also going to claim himself as as Christ on earth, or God on earth. And even the knowledgeable will be what did I say something out of context?
No, I was just asking him, isn't the temple or the third temple already built when that asked for him to be on the throne? No?
Is it the third temple's not built again though, is it?
No, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is one of the aspects of all that for the readiness of that to be saying I'm God.
Right.
So are we waiting for that to be built? Are we waiting to watch that happen?
Yeah, and it's been, I mean, like this is the one, this has been in the process for quite some time.
Well, what my question is as the red heifers are here and they're at a year and a half, they have to be a certain amount, so there's still time.
They all tend to follow phi. Phi is common in nature.
I'm sorry.
That one doesn't make me believe it.
Anything that makes that kind of noise, I'm not even going to videotape. Like there's that music.
Okay, to be fair, just so you know, that is a common TikTok noise. That was not directly from that video. That is something that's applied to video.
No, I think it came directly from that hole.
I disagree very heavily as somebody who, I mean, no disrespect or condescension by saying this, but I'm much more familiar with the online videos and the online technology because I'm Gen Z millennial cusp. I'm much younger. I don't mean that disrespectfully. That specific noise is used on almost, I'm not being disrespectful, I swear to you all. However, that specific noise, that specific sound clip is used for anything that they're trying to apply an eerie concept to. We're talking conspiracy theory to thalassophobia, which is the fear of the ocean. Knuckles. They apply that specific noise.
Knuckles, your mom's talking.
Not a noise from that.
You're Gen Z millennials splaining to the Gen Xers and the boomers about to whoop your ass.
And I'm okay with that. Whoop my ass.
No, we all get the creepy noise, sweetheart.
No.
But that didn't come from that cave directly.
Knuckles,
we know.
Knuckles, I am the oldest one on this space right now, and I took no offense. I am very proud of being almost 65, and I would say the same thing. I believe that noise was manufactured to create the essence of. I'm going to say this. I will say this, that I have heard like noises from ice. There are noises that come from ice. You can even hear it if you go. We've done
one
a
of
lot
my favorite videos is a person skipping a rock across a frozen lake. It creates a specific noise. Weird theory.
But
that
Robin,
was
what
not
were you saying,
manufactured
Robin?
by that video,
I wanted to hear what Robin was saying. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Robin?
Excuse me, I do interrupt. Sorry.
Hey, that's all groovy. I've been a mom 45 years. I totally get it. The aspect of underwater, like if you've heard the mics underwater and the ice cracking or because there's some intense noises from the underwater. So I'm sure there can even be that coming up, but not that specific.
Exactly, and that's what I was trying to convey. I've seen some shit that, you know, like I'm not a conspiracy theorist in general, but there's some things I'm a little weird about. I've seen a jackalope. I'll tell you about that sometime, you guys. Like, I've seen some weird shit.
Knuckles has a story for us. I'm sorry to interrupt. Knuckles has a story for us. She probably won't get to it tonight, only because of time restraints. But on our next edition, though, I haven't even gotten a chance to hear it. I just know a little bit about it. Spooky stuff.
I wouldn't tell him.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the cave?
So Knuckles, you're gonna have to come back and tell us some more stories at some point.
I will.
Cool.
They got weird. She got real weird.
Hey.
So I believe in some shit. I'm just saying, out of that specific video, I don't think that specific sound was like the legitimate sound of that cave. However,
I knew it wasn't.
You know, by itself, which applied to that cave, which was videoed, would create some specific musical resonance. Do I think that was the authentic one? No. Do I think that it probably had a sound that would probably put you all on edge? Yes. All I'm saying is I don't think that was realistic.
Understood.
Can you hear somebody pissing themselves in Antarctica is what I want to know.
Can I hear what?
Can you hear somebody pissing themselves in Antarctica?
I would. And I ain't afraid of shit. You can ask my mama.
Well, there's another.
I'd go that far I'd go that far in, and I'd piss myself very gladly, very pridefully at that point. If I'm that deep in it, yeah, there's gonna be some scary shit. I just think that was manufactured for the video and for viewer purposes. I don't
Without
think
a
that
doubt.
was natural.
You guys see this?
Yeah.
Can you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
What in the world is that? What is that?
Oh
It sounds like a modulated pitch shift.
No. What we're looking at, not what we're hearing.
Yeah, that big dome coming.
I'm actually aware of that specific video if anyone would like to hear.
Frost dragon.
This massive thing just like comes up out of the water, like out of nowhere. And that's
Whoa, look at this.
It's pretty grainy. Does it look like something
we'll watch
alive, or does it?
Let's watch the
It's
beginning.
Greenland.
Look
I
at
know
this.
this video. It's Greenland.
Nothing.
Is it?
Yes.
So it's not
So
even
this
Antarctica.
specific video I've actually watched many times from a couple different angles. That is Greenland. That is a part of an iceberg.
What is that?
Well, I was wondering if an iceberg fell in, something would surface.
So what happens,
didn't see
in
any
my
falling.
perspective,
Okay.
is there's a tourist boat in Greenland that's showing people the iceberg. There's a very large market for that. Too late, they realize that this iceberg is breaking apart in front of them, so it goes into the water like this. What happens when it goes into the water like this? It kind of turns around, it comes up, it creates this whole wave that they have to chase out. It's a very actual dangerous situation, so they're all scared, they're filming it, they're on a tourist vacation, they dip. And they just barely got out of it alive. I've seen this video from many perspectives. Actually, the specific
Okay, so we got it debunked right there then.
Well,
Right there. Sorry, I'm not trying to
much what
debunk
everyone's
it.
saying. Like, it's very convincing. Like Oz was saying, like if they went out of their way to fake this, they sure did a heck of a job. I mean, it's hard to tell anymore with all this trickery, all these this trickery and photoshopping and stuff. But there are,
Amen.
I mean, there are signs, little things to look for that you can, to help you identify. But I mean, I haven't, I'm not a video forensic guy, so, but you can kind of tell. But it was a good fake if it is.
Right. Well, some of these TikTokers, what they're putting out, I mean,
yeah,
even some of the like moon explosion videos.
Or the plane crashes, or the car crashes. I've seen
they're
a
good.
lot of weird
The technology that people have today,
and they are good.
Yeah,
is, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think this one's fake. I think this one's fake.
Okay.
This looked to me like it was a low budget but pretty good budget independent film.
Okay.
Agreed.
I did not buy the way the thing was acting to begin with. I didn't buy that dude was standing there calm, not twitching, not moving, not nothing.
What are them bars? What are them bars made out of?
The bars.
And I'm sorry, but a creature of that size. Okay, and let's think about what we have heard to be true about these things, right? They can break trees. They can smash boulders. You think that cage was still going to be sitting upright? No, he'd have rolled it down the hill. He'd have smashed dude with it. Yeah. I think it's fake. And it did look good, but even the close-ups looked like really good prosthetics and special effects, like a low-budget movie might have.
That's what I'm
thinking. I think it's fake.
Debbie, what about you? Debbie Downer?
Who are we talking to?
Robin.
Robin.
Every party needs a pooper. That's why we invited her.
Okay. Poop away.
Poop away. Hey, I've got some dino poop. I've always could throw that out there.
Does it still stink?
It's great. So the bars, I noticed when he grabbed one time, one of the bars looked pretty like just like 3 down, a bit flimsy. So it felt like if you were that kind of beast, like Stormy said, their strength is superhuman. So I don't think it would have just been a little wibbly wobbly. And when it just felt like it was like how he got so close to it to get the good close-ups to say, oh, it did feel very student filmish.
Right.
Zoom in and then kind of move around so I, get that anyway. So yeah, Debbie Downer once again.
And hence the music once again,
But I do agree with Oz that I think that we do have some. We have caught some. Yeah. They're not going to tell us about it. They're going to learn everything they can.
No, they could never give us the opportunity to have the upper hand. No, are you kidding me?
Right.
Not until they have to.
Right. We'll take it then.
I'll tell you, it's a crazy world out there.
You know who I do believe is Todd Standing. Now you've seen Todd's stuff, discovering Bigfoot, and every single pick, except for the one where it's running away up the hill and making time up a hill that we couldn't climb up in a half hour. It covers in 6 seconds.
Right.
Every single picture he's got, where you can see the eyebrow move when it blinks, the eyebrow muscle. You can see the day watcher. Remember the day watchers? Where they're just looking and it's like their head's moving this fast right here. And they got black eyes all the way. There's no white. And they don't look evil or pissed or anything.
No.
But they're all just standing still, not moving much, and that's what I would expect the Sasquatch to do, is not move a lot until he's on the run or hauling ass.
Well, especially if he's aware that there are humans in the vicinity.
Well, they were standing. Yeah, this one stood there. He said for 20 minutes straight, never moved a muscle except blinked, and that's where he caught the eyebrow. Right. The eyebrow muscle twitch, and he got that. I mean, this thing's standing 20 yards from him, and he's got the camera on already, and he's just kind of, he gets it to where it's looking at it, and he's praying to God that he's got it, in view because he's not going to pick up the camera and point it at it because that's when they bolt. But he got this thing, man, and it's just there's more than one. There's more than one visually looking at them. You can't just stereotype them all to hair ring stops around the face, this and that. They don't all look. They don't all look alike. They don't all look similar.
No.
Well, I'm not very furry. I know a whole lot of hairy people.
Right, toe.
It's got it. They can't. They're not clones of each other.
No.
I just had a thought too. Oh, okay? I don't know if y'all have ever been deer hunting or even know anything about it.
About what?
Deer hunting.
Yeah, I'm
a deer can
hunter.
Smell you from so many miles away
Far,
that you
far
have
away.
you have to deer urine yourself, right? You think a Bigfoot or something isn't going to be able to smell you from that far away?
They know everything that's going on around them at all times.
Yep.
There's nothing you can do to catch
and they're
them off
not
guard.
going to chill for you to take a picture.
No.
Right.
If you see a Bigfoot, it's because they wanted you to see him. And the reason they wanted you to see him is because there's something going on where you're not looking. They're just like the government, smoke and mirrors. There's something going on with what that Bigfoot's doing. There's something going on somewhere else that they don't want you to see. Maybe a mama with babies has to cross the field. Who knows?
Okay.
But
right.
once you see one, you ain't looking away.
Right.
And they're not going to just stand there though either.
Right.
You got to keep your intrigue.
They're going to move.
Yeah.
They're going to move towards you probably. You know.
Hopefully not. Okay, we are exactly at the 5-minute mark. So
what?
Let's
already.
Yeah.
We have too much fun.
We
too
had
much.
a lot of fun. So let's
I'm gonna turn myself in.
Another Bigfoot encounter.
Got us in the woods behind the house.
Hung out with him for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and had an awesome time. And it's just weird though, because I would have never.
That was Clinton.
Huh?
That was Clinton.
Was that Clinton? Oh,
well, if you want to give all the information of where all my family is, yes.
Oh my God, I'll completely cut this out. Poop. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
that part.
Oh, that whole thing actually is coming out. So there we go. So,
but listen, you know, oddly enough, the way that I had.
The Jersey Devil is one of the most famous legends of America. The immensely popular magazine Weird New Jersey recognized the homegrown demon as New Jersey's oldest, most enduring, and important pieces of folklore. Some New Jerseyans still believe it exists. And ever since the 18th century, it has been cited over 2,000 times.
all right, guys. Well, guess what? Thank you for coming to our theater tonight. We hope you enjoyed the show. And let's see. Did anybody else dose on LSD and go watch Rocky Horror Picture Show for the first time ever? Anybody ever do that?
No, I saw Pink Floyd while on acid.
Ah, there you go. Is that Bob Geldof? Was that the movie?
Yeah, it was the movie.
Okay, but yeah, I think Bob Geldof from the Boomtown Rats is the one that played the character in that.
I think, yeah. I don't remember it because I got kicked. I was too high and got kicked out of the theater.
Where was it playing?
Down at Capitol or State Theater, downtown Olympia.
Oh, like the dollar movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember them days?
Show of hands. Who remembers the dollar theater downtown? Yep. At the State Theater.
Wait a minute. Here, I gotta find my hand. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, would you please? In fact, put both of them up for us. We just need to know this. Okay, good. I missed that. So many movies came through those doors. Wow. Gosh, what are some of your favorite dollar movies that you saw back then? Do you remember?
Not right offhand. I remember one night I went with a friend of mine and we were dressed alike, so it only cost us 50 cents. Because the lady liked our outfits and thought we were twins, so she got us in for 50 cents.
Get out.
No.
That's precious.
Oh my gosh. 50 cents. Can you even imagine? And no, we're not talking back in the early 1900s. We're talking just, a couple of decades ago.
50 years ago?
How many?
50 years ago?
What were you, 8?
No. Close enough. 1970 was 50 years ago.
No, 1970. Oh, it really was. You were 5 years old.
I was
Capital F.
more than 5, and
My math is horrible, Doug. You're gonna have to help me out here. How old were you when you were wearing the matching outfits? Is what I want to know.
10 or 11.
I really thought you meant more recently than that. Okay.
Well, how
Last week. What are you talking
It's
about?
going to be about our
True
trip.
Terror with George
I'm up in
Takei.
the woods here recently. 1960. So,
hey, Darren.
Yes.
Darren.
Yes.
I just wanted to voice this one thing that I feel a lot like a NASCAR person right now.
You look like one.
Yeah, I know. Don't I though?
You look like Speed
You
Racer.
do. You got the stage. You got the hat. You got the headset. You're ready to go.
Pass him! Pass him! Pass him!
You look like Speed Racer got in a
Okay,
fight
anyway.
last night. Lost his front tooth. With Racer
Yeah, I look
X.
like the guy that lost. Damn! Oh, Racer X whooped his
Yeah, but
ass
you're
any
Speed
day, though.
Racer though. It doesn't matter.
Right, I still got the show, right?
Yeah.
And Chim Chim. Yeah.
And
yeah,
did you
and Trixie.
Did you see the latest picture?
No, I haven't. Have you posted it? Here it comes. It's Speed. You did that, dude?
Yeah.
Everybody always says that. I know everybody always says, you did that?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's bomb ass tiggity times 2 to the second power squared.
Love it, love it, love it. Actually, that's
Which
probably
means
one of
it's
my
good.
favorite ones
Yes,
so
sir.
far.
Very
And
good.
then
Very good job.
You might remember this.
Let's see. That is somebody from Star Trek.
You got
No,
the
that's
star part right.
Star Blazers.
Ta-da.
No?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Star Blazers?
Yep.
That was my little brother. That was his
That's
thing. But I
Deathlock, right? That's Deathlock.
okay.
Yeah.
I have to admit that I stayed
They
I was
are
late for
hard
school
to
more than
do.
once. God, I
Anime
guess they
is
are,
really hard to
dude.
do.
Yeah.
And to do it right. But this
Robin.
What's up, Robin?
Hey.
What's up, girlfriend?
I cannot wait to see the footage of
Deb
your
went out,
fun.
started entertaining
Yeah.
again on a steady basis, and then 3 years later, and then I get a chance to finally catch up with him again, and that's what we're doing. There again, my friend, thank you so much for putting some time aside today.
You're welcome. You're welcome, brother. I'm happy to be here, man. It's always good. It's always good to catch up with old friends.
It is. I see, and it's funny because it's like with it even being that much time, the conversation really did just pretty much take off, just like from where it was last time.
Beautiful.
And I
That's
love
great.
that. Totally love that.
Like minds, man. Like minded people.
That's what I'm thinking.